Okay, good afternoon. Today I want to talk about contrastive analysis. What is the contrastive analysis? Contrastive analysis is to identify differences and structural similarities in language. Contrastive analysis was widely used in the 1960s and early 1970s as a method of explaining why some features of the target language are the more difficult to obtain than others. Contrastive analysis became increasing popular after the appearance of Lado 1959 work 18 lead linguistic across culture, which elaborated in ways of the contrasting to language. The contrastive history. The history of the comparative language began in the 18th century when learners began to compare different languages in detail and systematically to find out if there was a relationship between them and to aid in the transfer between the two languages in the process. Translating text from one language into other language as shown by Hatim 1996. Thus traditional contrastive study collect similarities and difference between the linguistic component of two languages being compared and contrasted. Emphasis on different level of linguistics is not the same in the different linguistic theories. An example is the focus of research in grammar. Generative transformation is syntax, while communicative theory places more emphasis on the pragmatic use language. According to James 1980, contrastive analysis include two steps, namely description and comparison. However, 5 different steps have been referred to in the literature. The comparing and contrasting to language or to subsystem. The first selection, the analysis must select certain features of the target language that are potentially difficult for the learner, then compare and contrast those features with parallel feature in the learner's native language. The certificate can be based on the analysis, teaching experience, and bilingual intuition. If the learner has the same mother tongue as the learner. The second, description. The linguistic of language teacher must explicitly describe the two languages in contrastive analysis, they make things scientific description where it's emphasized that there is a parallel description of the two language. Must be description attract the some linguistic framework or model. And the third, comparison. The analysis in the chart of the comparing and contrasting the two systems by juxtaposing the feature of the two languages to get the similarities and difference. It's this stage that the analysis has to decide what is the compared to what, which compared are the three levels enabled from meaning and distribution of forms. The fourth, prediction. After the describing and comparing certain feature between language, analysis can make prediction of the difficulties that learners may face in learning a foreign language. In the last verification, the last stage of the contrastive analysis is the verification in which the analysis find out whether prediction regarding an errors the difficulties are correct or not. The type of topic that can be studied with this approach are the first, phonology, the study of sound; the second, morphology, the science of the word forms or the study of word structure; the third, syntax, the study of word combination; and the last, semantic, the study of meaning. Okay, the example article using the approach include the first, English and Yali pronouns. Investigate the pronoun Yali and compare it in English. For example, in English, my father means my real father, but is called father or bapak, whoever deserves to be called father, while the Yali language use anakni, namely the biological father, but is called nakni, or father, like father ade, or the husband of mama, ade, and older people are called father. The second, the case of the contrastive analysis of the Indonesian and Arabic and their implication in the teaching example language. In Indonesia, learning Arabic, there is a phenomenon of errors that often occur, which are assigned to be different in language, so that it's predicted to cause difficulties that lead to error. For example, an Indonesia student learning Arabic must learn it to sound dits, which in Indonesian is translated with this symbol, it's because there is no equivalent. If he cannot produce this sound, he may replace it with a similar Indonesian sound, for example, Z, W, Z, sorry. A similar Indonesian sound, for example, Z, this cannot be predicted if we compare only from the point of view of phonetic and or word structure. However, in the implication is different when the contrast is done in the way when student process the trait or language behavior. That's all. Thank you.